Windsor Ruins are in Claiborne County, Mississippi, located about 10 miles southwest of Port Gibson near Alcorn State University. Windsor Mansion was built facing the Mississippi River. The ruins consist of 23 standing Corinthian columns of the largest antebellum Greek Revival mansion ever built in the state. The mansion stood from 1861 to 1890, when it was destroyed by a fire. The 2.1-acre site with the columns was added to the National Registry of Historic Places in 1971 and was designated a Mississippi landmark in 1985. Windsor Mansion was located on a plantation that covered 2,600 acres. The mansion was constructed by enslaved Americans between 1859 and 1861 for Smith Coffee Daniels II. He was born in Mississippi and had acquired great wealth by the age of 30 as a cotton planter. In 1849, Smith Daniels married his cousin, Catherine Freeland. The couple had 6 children, with 3 surviving to adulthood. On April 12, 1861, Smith Daniels died at the age of 34, just weeks after the construction of the mansion was complete. The footprint for the Windsor Mansion was set by 29 columns, which supported and projected a roof line that projected 9 feet wide verandas on the 2nd and 3rd floor. The 29 columns were constructed by brick and then were covered with stucco. Each column was more than 3.5 in diameter and at the base and stood 40 feet tall. The columns were constructed atop 10-foot tall panel brick plights that were almost 5 feet square. Bricks were made in the on-site kiln. The flute columns were crowned with iron Corinthian capitals. The architect David Schroeder supervised a crew of skilled artisans, carpenters, plasters, masons, and painters from Mississippi, northeastern states, and Europe to finish the work on the mansion. Windsor Mansion was constructed as a 3-story block, consisting of a ground floor basement with living quarters on the 2nd and 3rd floors. When complete, the 17,000 square foot mansion contained 3 hallways and 23 to 25 rooms, with each having its own fireplace. A feature of innovation for the time period was the inclusion of 2 interior bathrooms supplied with rainwater from tanks in the attic. In 1861, cost of construction was about $175,000, which equals today to over $5 million. The ground floor basement contained a schoolroom, doctor's office, dairy commission, and storage room. The 2nd floor hallway flanked by the master bedroom, a bathroom, 2 parlors, a study, and a library. In the L off the 2nd floor was the dining room. Connecting to the dining room by a dumbwaiter was the kitchen, located on the ground floor. The 3rd floor contained an additional bath and 8 more bedrooms. 8 chimneys extended from the slate-covered roof, and a dome cupola with glass walls was constructed above the attic, over the main block of the mansion. Once the American Civil War began in 1861, Confederate forces used Windsor's Mansion cupola as an observatory platform and signal station. In the spring of 1863, as part of the Vicksburg Campaign, Union General Ulysses S. Grant and 17,000 Union troops landed at the port of Bloomsburg and took control of the Windsor Mansion. Following the Battle of Port Gibson, the mansion was used by Union troops as a hospital and an observatory station. The Daniel family was allowed to live on the 3rd floor of the mansion during the Union occupation. Windsor Mansion survived the war and continued to be used by the Daniel family as a home and for social gatherings in the area. During Reconstruction, the family derived income by leasing part of the vast land holding. For more than 100 years, the outward appearance of the Windsor Mansion had been a matter of guesswork, but in the early 1900s, an 1863 sketch of Windsor Mansion was discovered in the papers of former Union officer Henry Oates Dwight of the 20th of Ohio Infantry. Historians believe that Henry Dwight had made the sketch while his unit was encamped on the grounds of the mansion. On February 17, 1890, a fire started on the 3rd floor when a guest dropped ashes from a cigarette or cigar into construction debris left by the carpenters who were making repairs. Windsor Mansion was destroyed, only leaving the columns, the balusters, cast iron stairways, and pieces of bone china. When Catherine Daniel died in 1903, her daughter Priscilla Daniel inherited the mansion property. Priscilla married Joseph Magruder, and the mansion remained in the Magruder family until 1974, when they donated the 2.1 acres containing the mansion ruins to the state of Mississippi.